Today is February 23rd, 2011, and my girlfriend decided we're going to make a bacon explosion today. You know why? Because today is my 21st birthday, and I love bacon. So come on, let's go to the grocery store and gather some goods. Alright, so to make the bacon explosion, we need a few things. We need to get a rub, we need to get bacon, and we need to get meat. We're starting off with some nice BBQ Rub. For when it's all done and in the middle of the project, we need to have a barbecue sauce. Now what I prefer? A Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Can't go wrong with this. Now like we said, we need beef to actually go with the bacon explosion, because that makes a core element of it. So we want to get a beef with a higher percent. The higher the percent, the more meat and the less grease there is. So we want to get 90%. That's about good. And this bacon explosion is going to be a pound of beef. Just a pound of beef, a whole thing in that. Let's not even count in the bacon and other accoutrements. Now, they don't call this a bacon explosion for nothing, so we need to get some nice, good bacon. So we get nice, thick-cut bacon. That way we really get more meat, it keeps all the flavors in, and overall just work better for the project that we're making. So, alright, we got everything we need. Now, first let me tell you about a couple things that are different from our bacon explosion compared to the standard bacon explosion. Some of the differences are that you notice that we got 1 pound ingredients. 1 pound of bacon, 1 pound of beef. The standard is 2 pounds bacon, 2 pounds beef. Another thing is that they use Italian sausage rather than ground beef. And also, we're going to be baking everything that we do. We're going to be putting it in the oven rather than compared to putting it on the grill. So those are just some of the differences, and we'll show you the rest when we're actually in the kitchen. So, let's go okay. Alright, now one other note before we actually head out to the kitchen to go ahead and make this meal is a standard one of these with the regular ingredients, with all the 2 pounds and the Italian sausage, is 5,000 calories and 500 grams of fat. Where ours is half the size, that means it's at least 2,500 calories and 250 grams of fat. But where we're using beef instead of the Italian sausage, it may even be a little bit less than that. But either way, you might want to think before you actually eat this. There is a health risk here involved. It is a heart attack, but it's a delicious one at that. So let's go get one. Alright, so now that we're home, we're going to do a couple things first. We're going to start by putting your oven to 400 degrees. Then, we're going to go ahead, after we put it to 400, we're going to do a thing called bacon weaving. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of such a thing, but it is my favorite pastime. You're going to join me. Then, after whatever's left over from bacon weaving, we're going to cook that bacon up to put into the middle of the uncooked bacon explosion. So let's try this out. Alright, so, first we need a tray and some Reynolds wrap. We're going to put this, lay this down, because we need a nice, good surface for us to do our weaving. So we're going to do that right here on top of the stove. Since remember we said we are going to cook this in the oven. I got that preheating now. So now let's try to weave some bacon. Now, we're going to take this thick cut bacon over here. And remember, once you do touch it, you must wash your hands afterward. I know some people forget, but that's just how it is. So we're going to take our bacon. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so perfect. We're going to put a piece down. We're going to grab our second piece. We're going to put that down as well. Alright, never done this before, so bear with me here. We got 2 slices. We're going to need 5 total for this direction. 3, 4. Here we go. Never done this before. I should probably bring them a little bit closer because we don't want any of the meat or any of the stuff to fall out. So let's see. Maybe make that a little bit more cozy there. Alright, so we have 4 pieces, and now we're going to need the 5th one, 5. Then we're going to do the same on top of it, sorta. If you know what the idea of weaving is, we are going to literally begin to do that with our bacon, which we're going to take and not just put it on top, but we're going to weave it into it. Now you have an idea of what we're doing. Let's fast forward a little bit. Alright, so now what we've got here is we finished the bacon weaving. So let's get a little bit closer look to see exactly how we did this. I know that you missed the full effect, but there are lots of other guides out there how to do it. It's about 10 slices of bacon, 5 by 5 goes like a little wave effect to get like a little over and under type of deal going. Alright, so now the bacon weaving has finished. Let's take a closer look at what we got here. Trying so hard not to touch it. I just washed my hands before the next project that we're going to do. We're going to take what's underneath it. We're going to take that other tray and we're going to do almost the exact same thing that we just did. We're going to take some Reynolds wrap again. Alright. Going to put that nice on there because we're going to take the other slices of bacon that we had left, which was 2 slices. We're going to put that onto the tray here. And remember to wash your hands after once again. We're going to take these, we're going to put these into the oven, let these cook, and then we're going to go ahead and take the cooked bacon and put that into the middle of our bacon explosion. So we got to wait for this in the oven. I'll show you what's the next part. Alright, so now back to the weaved bacon that we have. Now we're going to put the barbecue rub on that I was telling you about. Now, woo! Smell that? Oh, it's like, oh, it smells so good. It's got a little powerful to it. So we're going to spread some of that on. Nice fair amount, because we are going to do this twice. The thing, don't, who cares if you get on to the sides, because, you know, that's not important. You know, a little waste, not bad. So there's a nice even amount. Next, though, now we're going to take the 90%, open this up. Be very careful though. Oh, wow, I did not cut that. Alright, there we go. Made a little cut. Remember, once again, you got to wash your hands when you're dealing with this stuff. So make sure nice and clean. So here we go. Taking this out. We're going to take all this. It's a little cold, so don't be startled. If you get anything on the floor, you got to make sure you clean that up. But we're going to put this nice wrapped up onto the bacon explosion here, and slowly just kind of work that in. Alright, so here we are. I did the nice slow and steady. Now we spread it across the whole surface, because the next bit that's going to come is we're going to need more rub, but because it's we have the rub here, my hands are a little dirty. Remember, you do got to wash your hands. So come over here. Going to do a little wash. Got to get lots of good soap. I cannot stress how important that is. Hot water, but not enough to burn you. Just feel it out, because I don't want to be responsible. I just don't want to be responsible for the family getting sick. Very important. So then after we get done with this here, do a nice little rinse. Get nice and clean. We're going to put the rub on. What we're going to do with the rub is we're going to spread a nice even coat like we did before. The bacon's still in the oven, so we still got to wait for that to finish. But after you put the rub on, you put the bacon sprinkles on, and we can move to the next step. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do a nice little coating again. Oh, find the opening. Here we go. Nice. I love this stuff. It is like having a barbecue in your mouth. I know it says barbecue on the outside, but really if you can just open this up, if you can smell this. Alright, so the bacon, we actually decided to put some maple bacon in there as well. I got a little carried away because we didn't have enough, we realized. So we put a little bit of maple bacon here. We baked it. And it wasn't until a few weeks ago that I heard that you could bake bacon, and it worked out beautifully. So this is nice, cooked, finally just fresh out of the oven, cooled for a minute. Put into pieces, baked bacon. We're going to spread that onto the bacon explosion. Put that all around. It's nice. So it's mixed in regular bacon, maple bacon, got some flavors. Nice. I did my best. I didn't touch any of the beef. So we go. Get all that spread right on. There. So now let's spread. A little bit burnt in there too. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. So now, time for the Sweet Baby Ray's. There we go. Brand new. Alright, so we're going to open this up. We're going to spread a good amount of this on without dousing it in it like a fire. You know, I'll put it in your mouth, it tastes like one surely. We're going to spread that on nicely, just like a good medium amount. Maybe just a little bit more. Really get that on there. Perfect. Because then when we're done, we'll end up glazing it in this too. But like, so there we go. Nice little weave of barbecue sauce as well. So now we got this going. Now we're gonna get to some fun part. So this is something I've never tried before, really nervous to try, is we gotta roll this up. Alright, now since this is a little bit lighter, I don't know how this is going to go with rolling, so I'm going to flip this this way so it's easier for me to roll. Alright, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to try rolling this. This may be a little difficult, maybe easier with the thicker sausage material, but where this isn't, this may be a little not as forgiving as it might be. So I'm going to give this a try. And it seems to be going okay. Seems to be going alright. May have to fold it. There we go. There we go. It's starting to roll a little bit better now. Now that's starting to get encased. There we go. It's a little bit harder to do, but it's making it. You just got to be slow and gentle. If you feel like any part is breaking, pull it back to you. Really just kind of work at it. Make sure the bacon stays back onto where it is. This is a stressful period, but you know what? Taking it slow and delicately is a lot more worth it. There we go. Make sure it's all nice and closed up. Beautiful. And we got it. Make sure nothing falls out. Now, we have to take the bacon, roll it back this way. Now this is where things will get a little bit tricky as well. Make sure all of the bacon comes with it and wraps up with it. A nice bacony, goodney treat. There we go. And it's wrapped. Not 100%, you see, there's a couple spots in there, but that's okay. This is a first attempt at the bacon explosion. And boy, am I excited to see this. So, make sure it's all wrapped. Beautiful. Now it looks like this is going to be ready for the oven. If you want, it's optional. You can put a little bit more, sprinkle of some things on that you want. This recipe is adjustable as you desire. We like it a little bit simple here. I mean, bacon is heaven enough. This bacon explosion is just that. It's going to be an explosion of flavor, of heaven in your mouth. So this will have to cook in the oven for 400 odd about, let's see, if you have a regular size, it's about 2.5 centimeters in diameter. Then that's about 2.5 hours of cooking. So this is something we're just going to have to regulate. Since it's a little bit smaller, might be about an hour and a half versus 2.5 hours. So we'll see how this goes. Stay tuned. Alright, now I know I said 400 degrees is what we're going to use. 400 is what we used to cook the original bacon to put in the middle. But we realized something, that where this is not the grill, this is the oven instead. We're changing it to 325 because low and slow is going to be better for the long term for this bacon. So where this is not the grill, we can't smoke it, we can't do any of that stuff, it's going into the oven. So we don't burn the bacon, we're doing it low and slow. So let's pop this in. Alright, let's see this baby in about a little over an hour and a half and see what happens. Alright, so now it's about 1 hour later. We did a 40-minute run, and we did two 40-minute runs where we checked it. And so about an hour and 20 minutes, how long this took, we went ahead, we stuck the meter in there, and once it's at 165, that means it's finished. It's we just kind of took it out for a second. As you can see, this was the original pan that it was on, and now we've switched it to a much cleaner one, nice one to present. And this sucker's got to sit for about half an hour. We're going to put a little bit of glaze on this of the barbecue sauce that we used earlier, and this has to sit for half an hour. So we're going to do that, and then we can finally have this bacon explosion. So here we are beginning to pour some of this on. And my lovely assistant here is going to start spreading some of this. I'll take the camera for you. Thank you. And here we go. Spreading it nicely, just a little bit of a coating. Give it kind of like a nice little dressing. Alright, do we need a little bit more on there?
A little.
A little bit more, alright. So here we go with the Sweet Baby Rays. Put on a little bit more. This is original that I'm using. Just looks delicious. Had to wait an hour and 20 minutes plus a setup time. I can wait a little bit longer. Beautifully done. Excellent. Now, we have to wait. Alright, so now it's had a chance to sit. Got your knife. Time to finally cut this bacon explosion open. So, gonna go gently. Gonna cut this delicious creation open. Going nice and slow. Finally make it to the bottom. Let's take a look inside this delicious treat. Look at that. Look at the steam just rise. It's falling apart a little bit. Oh, this looks delicious. Time to make a couple slices. Finally taste it. Alright, so we finally got a part the bacon explosion cut off, so we're going to try a little sample here. A little sample. It's really good. It's like a dream come true. Oh, but this is really good. The bacon, mixed with the maple, got a little bit of it in there. The beef, this mixed with the Sweet Baby Rays, it all does come together. I'm never really good at describing foods, but that was just a nice solid bite. I can the people that invented this, I could see how this would work with other recipes as well. This really is good. And it smells really good too. You can smell the Sweet Baby Ray glaze. It's just like this nice little layer of smell on top of baked bacon. I don't know if you've ever baked bacon, but mix those two together. That's a really nice smell with a tiny hint of the smell of the beef coming through the bacon. So that is excellent. This is the bacon explosion, and I recommend other people make this because this is an American signature dish, and I love it. So that's all I got to say.